Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
ACE is made up of thousands of entrepreneurs with a passion for supporting innovation. With more than 5,000 locally owned stores worldwide, we help supply resources and tools for neighborhood makers and inventors.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For more than 30 years, QVC has been dedicated to finding and supporting innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. Our shopping experiences help entrepreneurs bring their products to life and share compelling stories of grit, determination, and creativity.
Previously on Make48, the mentors were given an opportunity to weigh in on the prototypes.
I'm surprised by how good the original version was, honestly, sitting here.
And Kurt visited Pratt Industries to see how packaging is created.
Okay, now Roger, this is a different type of box altogether.
Stay tuned as these products continue their journey to the marketplace. Welcome to Make48. Everyone's got a big idea.
For an inventor or a maker, it's really important to have a marketing video for your product. You can either go full service or hire out a local filmmaker, just depending on your budget.
And action. I'm Caitlin McNaney. I am the associate producer at Talking Tree Creative. We are located just south of Baltimore, Maryland. So today we are filming a marketing product video for a new invention called the Wedgie. We've got a lot of fun ideas for how we're going to make it work. And we've got the inventors here, we have a dancer here, and right now we're going through the whole process on how to get the dancer involved in the chair and make it all look graceful.
The chief thing is her flexibility and the flexibility of the product is what we're trying to outline, the flexibility of the product with her flexibility.
And I have to tell you, I love the name, the Wedgie.
That's where it helps to have high school kids on the team.
Right.
And Dave's quirky, so that's where it got its, that's the personality of our product.
So we thought, a little bit about sort of the tone we wanted to set for the video, have it be pretty high energy. We decided on some music that we wanted to use and worked on, a bit of a storyboard to sort of show the progression of the video and what we want to include in it.
The way I'm imagining it so far is we open up with some product shots and some music that's appropriate for the beginning. Generally, our process goes something like, we get to know our client, and then I really depend on my team for other ideas because it gets kind of narrow focused if one person does all of the creative.
Who made that first video?
Oh,
you guys?
It was, me and Maria.
No, but that was a good approach, because this approach is kind of product driven, but your approach was like, you presented the problem first. So you were like, okay, this person's uncomfortable here and here and here. And then you said, okay, there's a solution. The linear thought I would put behind the story would be to do what you did, which, present the problem, present the solution, and interspersed in those, we would have Savannah doing a dance demonstration.
They really gave a creative idea to the dads and daughters that they loved. So they're going to interview the team just to get some ideas about what the product is, what it does. Then they're going to intercut it with a contortionist as she tumbles into the chair or she backflips into the chair in certain positions.
I really learned a lot about how the creative process works, taking it from a concept of, hey, our chair's flexible. Folks suggested that we could turn that into a concept for the ad and use a dancer and do all sorts of contortions to illustrate the product and carry that theme through.
We're just getting ready to interview them, find out a little bit more about their product and why they came up with it.
That way.
A little bit more about them and how they got involved in the Make48
Right now,
program.
that's his shadow.
Awesome. So are you going to use this for the video?
Yeah.
Yes. So when marketing a chair, a static object that does not move, you would not think dancer, acrobat, contortionist. But this product is so flexible that we really thought that that would be a great way to show off the flexibility of the product.
I've done a little bit of sort of video editing stuff at school, but I've never really seen it done professionally, and the fact that it's, all around, the Wedgie which we created is very exciting.
We chose to shoot this product on green screen there's a variety of reasons. One, it gives us an endless possibility of what we can put behind the product, because it's easier to put a product in front of a green screen than to try to bring in a photographic background of a forest, and then a football game, and then a beach scene. So the green screen gives the producers and the editor so much more leeway in what they can put behind the image. You know, news companies do it with digital sets, so they'll have a newscaster in front of this gargantuan set, but they're really just in front of a green screen, and they're well lit and well shot.
With a shoot like this, some of the challenges are how to make it engaging to the audience. With a green screen, that comes with its own host of problems, where it's not just a product shot where, all right, you put it in a green screen, it's locked down, you just have the one thing. With the dancer, she's moving, so it's finding the ways to shoot it that convey as much of the energy that you want or the feeling that you want while being locked down and stationary.
The team here was wonderful because we started in the morning and they gave us an idea of what they wanted to do, but they asked for our input. They let us help select the music and what type of shots they were going to do. So it was really very interactive, which was nice.
The wedgie is flexible, so you can choose your position. It's comfortable for long hours of use, and the wedgie is super portable, so you'll never want to leave it at home. Flexible, comfortable, portable. On the beach, at the campsite, anywhere your travels take you. Don't just sit there. Give yourself a wedgie.
Today we want to just discuss an overall view of how important it is to have a website for inventors' products.
You can start with a very simple one-page site describing your product, telling your followers kind of the status and what's going on, and maybe doing like a blog kind of following the experience of building out your business, and allow people to subscribe to that and follow you and kind of follow you on your journey and get some momentum going, and also try and get a conversation going with people that are interested in your product. At the same time, you should start building out your social media presence and start building those followers and start generating some content that people that are interested in your product can start to read about.
A lot of companies might think that they need to spend a lot of money on the back end, coding and all of that, but you really don't need to do that in the beginning stage of a product and a website. We chose one of the winning products, 360 Uplight, and we created a basic website. So I just want to get your feedback on maybe even above the fold, below the fold, what should be and shouldn't be in certain spots of a website.
The first question you want to ask yourself as you're contemplating building your website is, who is this for and what purpose does it serve? Okay. So depending on where you are on your sort of inventor journey, that might change over time. So when you're kind of pre-production and you're still working on prototypes and it's not yet available, you may have people that want to buy the product later. You want to be clear that they can't buy it now, but you want to consider features like an email subscription form so that they can subscribe and you can keep them alerted as to your progress.
So it's really important for us to put a subscribe now to hear updates, potentially add a blog, and also make it clear that, hey, we're not ready to buy, but you could maybe pre-buy or pre-register your interest to buy this product when it's available.
And if you have a subscribe link or form on your site, well, then you better be prepared to do some email marketing. Right. So if people subscribe, then that means they want to hear from you. If you just go with one of the free, low-cost email marketing tools from the beginning, then you've got unsubscribe functions built in. You've got a marketing list that's ready to go and set up and ready to get the word out about your product the minute you're ready to go to market.
For the 360 Uplight video, we chose to meet with a local filmmaker and art school student, Grace, and we wanted to create just a short social media video that we can send across different platforms. Grace, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Courtney?
Good. So we're here today with the 360 Uplight, one of the products from the competition. Okay. And we want to create a just simple, fun social media video.
Yeah,
that way can reach a lot of people, but in a short amount of time.
When you're working one-on-one with a client, the first thing that I like to do is hear out their story. Why did they make this product? Why is it important to them? And why do they want to share it with the public? I'm thinking we should probably do something outside. A lot of people have plants outside. Maybe it'd be something that could draw attention to their yard, make something look more fancy. And then also inside, I think this could be great maybe to show in a little apartment space to kind of jazz up the area some. So we could do like a nice tripod shot of the products popping in, really simple, quick, and people can kind of get an idea of what all comes with the product in a short amount of time. Really fun, really simple, energetic, music behind it. Yeah, I'm thinking text too, maybe?
Yeah, just some short sentences on maybe like what it is, say for the feet or the caps, or the other features of it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
The perks of working with an independent filmmaker like Grace is that it's very personal and it's very collaborative. She and I bounced back ideas on different ways to shoot the product, and I gave her kind of some advice on different things we wanted to highlight.
How does it look if I set it right here? Yep, and I'll leave this here too. Okay, cool. Well, with some of my background as an art student, I like to focus more on aesthetics and really making sure that we're featuring the best parts of the product. So lighting is really important, getting those close-up shots, the beauty shots of the product or whatever it is that you're showing, and really just making sure that people know like, oh, I want this, it looks good, it looks cool, like I need this in my life.
For the video, we decided to do something just simple and short, that way we can get the message across. And all the ideas she had was really innovative and fun with the different variations of the way she filmed, and I think it will turn out great.
Since we actually have prototypes in hand on these products, we decided to gather a group of friends and past customers together just to do an informal focus group and see what they thought of the product.
As anyone should do that's working on a new product idea, they need to consult the everyday consumer, people that aren't necessarily a part of their family or their base of friends, just people that they don't know that are coming to this as something fresh, it's something new. They're going to give a very unbiased but very honest opinion, just as a consumer, about what that idea is. Okay, we're going to start with the very first product here, and this is the Wedgie, okay? And the Wedgie is an ultra-convenient, ultra-compact, ultra-cool way to lounge.
What is your first impression of this product?
How heavy is it?
Overall, it's fairly light, and there will be a strap so that you can carry it real easily.
I always see when they have the single strap that would smack your hip when you were walking. Okay. Maybe if you had like a backpack strap.
One other feature that I'd point out to you, which makes some difference in how it folds up and ultimately the comfort that it will provide, is that it comes with padding. As you might see in here, right? You can tell there's some padding, but in addition to a line of padding that are in the sides, you can also inflate it with air.
Does it come with a little pump in it, or do you have to blow on it like you'd blow up a beach ball or something?
As it stands now, I don't believe it comes with a pump, but that is an idea. Potentially it could be packaged with some sort of a hand pump, something very easy and convenient. Right, something that would just inflate it.
What do you guys think of the name?
I think it's pretty clever for it to be called the Wedgie, just because every angle that it is basically a wedge, and you can change the shape of it to fit your needs.
Ultimately, what we want to know is this something that you would buy?
I can see myself buying something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I personally wouldn't buy it for myself, but I buy it for my significant other or, kid or something like that.
I think it's a neat idea, but I probably wouldn't buy it. It's too awkward for me to carry, and I don't know. I would probably take an umbrella versus that. But I mean, it's a neat idea, but I probably wouldn't buy it.
So what are your comments on and first impressions on the 360 uplight?
Is there any way we can make the light a little warmer? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it might be a little bit more pleasing to the eye.
And I'd like to see something brighter so it can light things that are maybe taller. So like not just a small plant, but more of like a tree or maybe even a pillar.
My biggest concern is, you know, you're going to be changing double A's out of that thing constantly.
Right.
If you leave it on overnight, who knows, you know, what the battery life is going to be. Yeah, LEDs don't draw that much power, but still, you're going to constantly be changing batteries. Or if you have a 12 volt or even a 9 volt power source, you would be able to get far longer battery life out of it.
And certainly if it's used indoors, you might not need batteries at all. It would be wasteful, potentially.
So how much do you think you guys would pay for one of these things?
I would think maybe, because you'd probably want more than one. It could get cost prohibitive if you had too many of them. Sure. So $10, $15?
I would definitely go for $10.
No more than 10.
Yeah. Well, and especially the fact that it's reusable too is a nice feature that you can use. So if you did like a 2-pack, that would sell better than just one.
Watering your plant. Are you going to take that out when you water your plant? Or?
No.
So it needs to be waterproof.
It needs to be waterproof, right?
I would definitely say that cord's a little too long too, because if you gotta hide that in your plant and you have a smaller plant, it's gonna kind of almost take up the whole entire thing, and you're gonna have to see how you can tuck it in there. So if you almost kind of shorten that a little bit, you only need enough to be able to reach in there, turn it on, and everything. So that cord's a little excessive as well.
Excessive, too much cord.
So let's talk a little bit about the packaging. What they've come up with is the round part comes out of the packaging, so you can see it, touch it, see how the lights are installed in there. What else do you think should be on a product packaging like this? That a photo, obviously.
Some items have that display button where you can actually touch the button.
Yes, the try
Look
me.
at it. Yeah, try me.
Sure. Okay.
I would think nobody would ever use those caps. They're not going to want to mess with it. You want some uplight, that's what you're going to get if you put the whole thing in there.
So the caps don't really give it much benefit.
Not to me, they don't.
Okay, and now for the big question, the most important, is this something that you would buy?
Yes, I would buy that. I have a covered patio and that would look great under there.
That's what she said. We would buy that.
Okay, great.
I don't think I'd buy it for outdoor applications, maybe for indoor.
I kind of in the same way. I think it would be more used for indoors as opposed to outdoors. Unless you can get that more lighting in there, I don't think that I would buy it because it's just not beneficial.
I would consider it if we got rid of the battery pack.
I would definitely buy it.
I think it's a great idea, but I think there's definitely needs to be a few changes.
A focus group is really important in the entire process of getting a product to market.
You begin to also get an idea of just your consumer base, where they come from, what really makes them tick, and where might those products best live.
This is my favorite invention I've seen so far tonight. This is great. I'd buy this.
I do like it. I think one thing though that I would change personally if it was me is a bigger base on the bottom, because it only is a little half circle. I would see if you could just make it a little bit wider, because I know that we're marketing it towards cans right now, but if you were able to put bottles or even like a soda bottle or something, then you would want that little bit of a bigger base. I know this holds it pretty well, but I'd feel more comfortable slapping it in there with a little bit
Add
of
some
bigger
stability
base.
if it had a wider base, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, then it also, if your can gets off kilter, it's got clean and stuff like that, to where if you had a full base for the can underneath it, you'd be able to hold it a little bit better.
Okay.
I would use this at the pool every day because I run into the problem. My koozie gets wet when I'm trying to grab it when I'm in the pool. So this would actually eliminate that and still keep my hand warm and my drink cold.
Sure.
Perfect.
So what do you guys think you would pay for something like this? Let's go with the 2-pack first, and then let's go with the whole 6.
I think
$3 a piece.
That's what I was thinking, $3 per, and then maybe $6 a 2-pack.
Okay.
Or in the discount for a larger
Right,
amount.
yeah.
If you bought the 6-pack, maybe a little bit less.
Right.
Sure. Maybe like 5 to 10 for the 2-pack, and then like they were saying, the more you buy, the little bit better discount you get.
$25 for 6 of them.
Right, because that's going to make people do it.
I know we've paid like $10 for the big koozies at the stadiums. So if you sold them out there, $10 for one.
Okay, well that brings us to the most important question as it pertains to the Drink Slinger. Is this something that you would buy?
Absolutely. I think it would be very useful.
I would buy it to have around the house for whenever I needed or friends came over and, peanuts.
I would buy it. I can also see buying it from Bed Bath & Beyond or Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods. I mean, any place could carry this product.
I'd say depending on the licensing and the customization options, if you have that available, I would buy it without a doubt.
I could see myself definitely buying it, and then also buying it for other people too, to kind of
I mean, it's just a cool little gift.
I love this thing. I'd buy it.
You're ready. We're selling you.
I'm not buying it. I'm taking this one. Yeah, I would definitely buy it. I think they're neat.
Yes, I would buy it. I would buy several.
Excellent. Well, our inventors are going to be very happy to hear that. The toughest question, but the most important question that has to be posed in your focus group is this something that you would buy?
Our focus group was really helpful in determining whether these people would pay money for these products, and it also gave us valuable insight on the design changes that they'd like to see or any stumbling blocks that we might run into.
Luckily enough in our case, not a lot of great big problems, little tweaks that I think will help the products, and I think they'll all work for different people in different ways.
We're here in Portland, Oregon with Mountain Hoodlums, and we're gonna show them the Drink Slingers since they are unable to attend the National Hardware Show. And we're just gonna talk about the updates that we've done on the prototype and get their feedback. So these are the prototypes that we're gonna be showing at the National Hardware Show.
Awesome. I love the prototype. I love the simplicity of the product.
With the updates, obviously you can tell there's a bit difference with the holder itself.
I like it. I like for the whole thing. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty nice. The earlier prototype, it was a lot skinnier and less bulky, you know.
I can't tell you how many times we did this in and out all day. I'm surprised our koozies even made it to the final showing. We worked them.
We added these little dots up here, so we'll be able to put logos on there. It'll have a Drink Slinger logo.
Okay.
And then the koozie as well will have logos. So it'll be great for branding, you know, in the future, possibly product licensing down the road for, you know, different teams, restaurants, things like that.
Well, I love the simplicity to it. There's not too many bells and whistles. It's just simple, easy to manufacture. Our retail costs, I think we're talking about
2 for $10.
2 for $10. This is perfect.
You guys said it from the beginning. You created a very simple but effective product. And that makes things down the line a lot easier as well.
Our original was really close to this. Seeing that it didn't go through too many changes makes me feel really great. It also makes me feel a little skeptical because I'm like, oh no, you never get it right the first time. But we had only targeted making 5 to hold. So you guys were able to get in an extra 6 and hey, one more drink, that's a 20% increase.
It's pretty much the same idea. I have changed a little bit, you know, it's a little better plastic and it's a little more, you know, it has a little plate on the bottom. The first model was like, you know, smooth, easier to interlock, you know, when you put a drink in it, you don't have to look where you sit it or anything. Just press it in and we'll lock and, you know.
I have a little bit of trouble adjusting to this new lip here, but I think it adds an element of usability to it and stability that was probably needed. So.
In this one, you know, the little plate that has on the bottom, it needs to be reduced a little bit. That way it's easier to, you know, interlock the different drinks and all that stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty nice. Would be a good idea to put something over here on the back with the extra space. That way you can put your finger in it and retract these without have to do it by hand.
I keep thinking about the branding opportunity. I just love the potential here.
And there's a lot of it.
Not only the different locations on the koozie and the handle here, wherever you want, but I just think of the opportunities from, you know, sports promos to, you know, weddings to college stuff. I have a son that works in pro and college sports, so they sell these kinds of things all the time. And in the price range we're talking about, I think it's very exciting what can be with this product.
Hearing the feedback from Team Mountain Hoodlums was really rewarding because we got to see what they thought of the prototype since they haven't seen it since the competition. They just had a couple things that was really simple. Overall, their product is very simple, so there wasn't a ton to change in the first place. We're excited to see it go to market as well, and you know, thank you for meeting with us today and showing the product to you and your feedback. So we're ready for the next steps.
Hey,
Thank you.
I could do this all day long. I mean,
all right.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
To a product well done.
On the next Make48, Tom gets advice on e-commerce.
Creating the product is the easy part. The hard part is how do you sell it? How do you market it?
And the products get unveiled at the National Hardware Show in Las Vegas, Nevada.
10 o'clock the show opens and we've got an audience of sales reps.
Make48. Everyone's got a big idea.
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
ACE is made up of thousands of entrepreneurs with a passion for supporting innovation. With more than 5,000 locally owned stores worldwide, we help supply resources and tools for neighborhood makers and inventors.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For more than 30 years, QVC has been dedicated to finding and supporting innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. Our shopping experiences help entrepreneurs bring their products to life and share compelling stories of grit, determination, and creativity.
To learn more about the invention process and to get to know the teams, visit Make48.com.